Hello friends, welcome to Vastu with Shilpi. In today's video, I'm going to share with you some Vastu tips for buying a new house. Many times you hear people sharing their beautiful, happy stories about their experience in the new house they bought. Oftentimes, we do hear people sharing their bad experiences after they moved into a new house. It could be related to the deterioration of their health or even money matters. Every experience should be a good when you move into a new house. And this is what today's video will help you with. Make sure when you go out to buy a new house, you check these points that I'm going to share with you today. The first thing to look into the house is the shape of the plot. So make sure you are buying a regular shaped plot. Any irregular shape is not considered auspicious in Vastu. Next thing to look out for is the house entrance. Now, depending upon the direction of the main house, your entrance could be in one of the 32 entrances. Now, some entrances are positive, but others are negative entrances. For example, a southwest entrance is never considered auspicious. So make sure you choose a very positive entrance. Next is the house facing, and many people do take this into consideration when they buy their house. So north facing house, a southeast facing house, an east facing house. These are all very good entrances. And think of it from a sun perspective as well. If you have your house facing in these directions, you get the sun early in the morning in front of you. So considering house facing is very, very important. Next is the kitchen in the house. Well, kitchen basically represents fire, Agni. So wherever the kitchen will be, it is said that it's going to burn away the attributes of that direction. So for example, if your kitchen happens to be in the north direction, so what does north represent? North represent Kuber, north represent money, prosperity. So if your kitchen happens to be in north, it could burn away these positive attributes of your house. And then, well, of course, there are remedies, Vastu remedies. You can apply Vastu remedy to fix those negative attributes to make sure that those negativity is not impacted, does not interfere in your day-to-day. But when you're buying a new house, it's always good to kind of buy the best that you can. So if you can get a house that has kitchen in southeast, nothing like it. It's the best thing to have. Never buy a house which has kitchen in southwest, because it's going to negatively impact the relationships of the family members. But if you already happen to be living in such a house which has a kitchen in some other direction other than southeast, so make sure you do a remedy of it so you do not lose any positivity. Bedrooms. Well, very important aspect of our lives. Now, bedroom could be a master bedroom. It could be kids' bedroom. It could be a bedroom for your parents, or it could be a guest bedroom. Every bedroom is defined its own place in Vastu. For example, it's good to have master bedroom in southwest. This way, the house owner, if they reside in southwest direction, they will always have a good control on the house. Their kids will be listening to them. So these things do matter. But imagine if you happen to be in a house where you have kids' room in southwest, then that's a place where kids are seen to dominate more compared to the parents. So when you're looking for a house, look for positive directions. Of course, you will never find a perfect house where you will have the directions as recommended in Vastu. But if you're buying a new house and if you're planning to do some construction on it, or if you're buying a plot and planning to build a house, then it's good to have your master bedroom built towards southwest. Your kids' bedroom, if it's a girl, it's good to have it in the northwest. If it's a boy, northeast. So things like that are very important to consider when you're buying a new house. It's also important to know where your guest room is, because of course you do not want your guest to be your permanent guests in the house, or to be living there permanently, or to be dominating the conversations of the house. So little problems like that can arise if your guest room happens to be in a dominating direction. So things like this are good to consider when you're buying a new house. Looking into the next, so point number 6 is the toilets and bathrooms. Well, when we usually go and buy a house, we do not go looking for toilets. We usually look for the structure of the house and the attractive features, but it's also important to look into these little aspects like toilets. Having a toilet, for example, in Northeast can severely affect health of family members. It can lead to chronic diseases. So it's important to have toilets in the right directions. In Vastu, there are directions decided or recommended to have your toilets in. For example, west to northwest is a good direction to have toilets. But if your house does not happen to have a toilet in the recommended direction, make sure you consult your Vastu advisor to share a remedy with you for the toilet, or they can even share if a remedy is possible or not. For example, there is no remedy for a northeast toilet. So things like that are something to be always mindful for when you're looking for a new house. And last thing on my list today is the living room. Living room is a place where you want to have good conversations with your guests. You want to have a light environment. You are not looking for a stressful environment. So in order to have all of these, it's important to have a living room in a direction that gives you all these features. A northwest direction is good because that's a direction linked with space or air element, so it always creates a light element. Moreover, whenever you have guests in your house, they will not give you stress. They will give you a good time, a happy time, and you will make really good bonds as well. This direction is also linked with relationships. So whoever comes here will have very good relationship with you. Now imagine having a living room in the opposite direction, which is the southeast, which is the direction of fire. So imagine what kind of conversations are we looking at in such a direction. So little things like these are also important when you're buying a new house. Look for good features, look for a happy space, look where you will be able to provide a happy environment to your family. Not only to your family, but also to your visitors, to your guests. Well, this is all I had for you today. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you will consider these points I shared with you when you buy your new house next time. Or at least you will consider these points when you do Vastu analysis of your current house as well. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Goodbye.